I can sell code. I can sell products.
Hey y'all, welcome back. Week 3, episode 3 of Real Talks with LR. Again, I want to appreciate everybody for your feedback, the time that you took out to watch the episode. It was really a special one for me and my family. I hope the show was inspiring enough for everybody to get the positivity out of it that I intended for you guys to receive. On this week's episode, we have a very close dear friend of mine, Robyn Greer. The way that this happened, somebody else ran into her and, she touched them so much in a positive way that they brought her name up, and I couldn't wait to, have her here. So it is truly a pleasure, to have her here with me to talk about, the things that's going on in her life, and she's here to give us a glimpse in her world.
My name is Robyn Greer. Thank you for having me, Shauna. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur, but I take things into perspective to try to get everything done and actually create life out of and growth everything that I do and everything that I do. I'm a hairstylist for 33 years. I'm a mom. I'm a marathon runner. I'm a power lifter. I'm a nutrition coach. I'm a vegan. I'm a vegan cook, vegan meal prep. I'm an author. I'm about to be a dog groomer like in a couple months. So I'm in school for dog grooming, and I do a little bit of everything. And I'm also a motivational soul. I love to help others grow. No matter what I do, no matter where I am, I always create that openness with a lot of people that come in, kind of mentoring and giving them life experiences and the growth of myself. And that's why my brand is called the Bloom brand, because bloom means to grow, and that's what I intend to do. So I've been a stylist for 34 years. My first business was downtown in Market Square. Hair on the Square was my first salon. Everybody knows about Hair on the Square, but if you were around back in the 90s and early 2000s, late 2000s, early 2000s, yeah. So I was downtown for 10 years, and that was the best experience ever. I got a chance to work with young women who really didn't know but wanted to grow, but didn't understand my vision, and I was able to help them create businesses of their own. And that was one of the blessings that I thought was a curse at first. It was such hard work. But I ended up loving the growth, and I look back at the journey. So that was my first business. My second salon was after I left there when my son passed away. So my son was murdered in 2007. 2007, yeah, wow, it goes so fast. He grew up with me. He grew up where I was at, and I was cooking up code, selling, holding money, went up and down the road for guys who had money come from California, Detroit. I was the girl who said, oh, he got this. And I let my brother know, bam, talk to him. I did all that. Never got my sleep. I was up half the night, get up in the morning, go do hair all day, come back home. I look back now, like I wasn't even scared. How did I even get myself here or would do that then? I wouldn't dare do that now. Because I was back then when the epidemic was crazy. The guys was getting money. They were getting money. And I used to have a lot of money because of that. I did all these things that I would never do now, and it triggered something in me to say, Robyn, like, do you think that was, as I got older, of course, do you think that was cool? And then I see my son, who was murdered, get involved in the same thing, which made me feel like it was my fault. I was guilty of even him not seeing it, but him knowing that I had all the jewelry, all the purses, all the bags, all this stuff, and all these things that didn't matter to me now, but then it was a big deal. In 2007, he was 18. His name was Robyn Greer. He was from the north side. And once he passed away, a lot of things shifted in my life because I was depressed. I became very sheltered. I stayed in the house a lot. I was very sad. So once I got over that, the light went off like, hello. So now what you gonna do? What's next? That's my first chapter in my book. What's next? So now what?
And today you're a huge entrepreneur.
That's crazy. And I think that might have came from that first.
It
helped me know I can hustle.
Sure.
I can flip this, I can flip this. And COVID made me just kind of sit down and do everything and think about all that I did. I can sell code. I can sell products. I was wilted for a long time, so when I created the Bloom brand, I wanted to grow. And I wanted to create some life in myself because I was dead. And I watered that seed, God watered that seed, and life happened.
Been blooming ever since.
So the Bloom brand was created.
When we first met, when we had the first real conversation, and you know how hairstylists do with their clients, one of the things that I was just like really impressed with is you being a vegan. you're not just a vegan. You're making the vegan meals. You know what I mean? You're making, the energy shots. All of those things just tie into this one brand. What made you get so into the vegan lifestyle that it's literally your lifestyle?
Well, personally, I grew up like that with my dad, but then of course my mother cooks everything, so I just ate what she made. But as I got older, I knew that I wanted to feel better, and I always worked out. I always ran. I ran marathons for years, and I always been an athlete, so I wanted to feel better in myself. I could tell that I wasn't feeling well all the time, and I started to drink a lot of water, and then reading, and then going to school for nutrition coaching helped me to see all the different things that weren't good for our bodies. And I also had, my son's dad was we did it at the same time, at that time in my life, 17 years ago, but we both did it at the same time, became vegan, started to read and did research. So I know what things are good for our body. I know what things are good for someone's blood type. So I really, really became enthralled with wanting to know, what can I do to help people? What can I do to help? People always say, I'm so tired. Why are you so tired? What are you eating? What are you doing? They're getting up eating sugar. Want to be eating sugar. Of course you're going to be tired. You're not feeding your body any real food, any real energy, any real, real everything.
Fuel, literally.
Fuel, right? Our body is a machine. If you put the wrong gas in your car acts up. So, and then people say, Rob, you always got all this energy. I'm like, because I eat energy. I drink energy. I mean, I do herbs. I make drinks. I make teas. I make whatever I'll come at once. I can make it because I know the ingredient. I know what to put in certain things, and I also know what won't go with something, what will counteract, and just it's fun doing it because now I make a living. I make money off of doing it. Before I was doing it for myself. Now I'm like, what do you need? I make anything you want. Let's do it, and I make it. So that's a blessing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and to teach people and they learn about it because that is the healthier way. The more natural way.
Pretty much the things that are going on in our world with women with cancer, diabetes. The Black community has a lot of diabetics. Why? I believe, I'm not a doctor, I just play one on TV, but I'm not a doctor. I believe that, of course, pharmaceutical companies are feeding us poison. And I hate to say that, but they are, because they want to keep us sick, because they got to keep giving us medication so you take one thing for one thing, next thing for the other thing. Why don't they give us a prescription for food, for healthy, real food? So they have lobbyists that won't tell people about good food. They don't want us to know about the food because they want to keep giving us food stamps, keep feeding us death. I mean, that's what they're doing. They're killing us softly. So for me, I see a lot of diabetics in my chair, hypertension. My clients high blood pressure. I mean, a lot of my women, friends I went to school with, can't even walk. I tell you all the time, they're in wheelchairs, their teeth are gone. It's from what you're putting in your body. Why does everybody have cancer? That's not a coincidence. They're giving us cancer through some kind of food. They're poisoning us, and I believe it all the time.
Yeah, I agree. Would you consider yourself a health warrior? And one thing I can honestly say, the lifestyle that you live and the lifestyle that you're teaching people, your body is a great billboard for that lifestyle. When people see, oh, this man has a Benz, he's wearing a suit, he got a briefcase. I want to know what he do because I want the things he got. She looks healthy. Like the proof is in the pudding. You know what I mean? So would you consider yourself a health warrior?
I constantly, I breathe, live, eat, sleep it. I mean, I talk about it all the time. I drink water every day, all day long. I do not drink pop, and I will cheat and eat
a biscuit.
A biscuit.
Biscuit.
A biscuit with butter on it, because I don't do butter. So I believe that I live and breathe and eat and sleep what I really do, and that's really honestly what comes out.
Have you heard about people taking that Ozempic shot, to reverse, the obesity?
Yes, I have, and I think that it is, and I'm not a doctor once again, but I think that it's really I think that it's not good for you. It's going to also spark something else wrong in your body, your kidneys, heart failure, brain. It could be anything that can counteract off of that and make you even need something else to take because you're sick from taking that. So what's going to happen when they do lose weight? Are they going to keep it off?
So doctors are doctors are giving this to people for weight loss?
Not even diabetics, men and women. So they're telling them, take this, you'll lose weight. They're not going to say, take this next month, next year, because you're sick from heart failure, heart complications, kidney failure, organ failure, because Ozempic is for diabetics, which is only spiking our insulin.
From the food.
I mean, it's just crazy.
From the food.
So I just don't get it. But like I said, I'm not a doctor. I just know what I want to do.
Let's talk a little bit about, I know that you just formed a group with other women who have lost their children to gun violence. Am I right about that?
I didn't form it. I was handpicked to be a part of it. Yeah,
but
you
joined into this group, the Hair Foundation.
Yeah.
How did that start? You know, what's going on with that?
So Leon Ford called me one day. He said, "Hey, Ms. Robyn, would you be interested in being a part of the women's group that I'm trying to get together to create a space, but more than a space, but a foundation for the help what we're already doing for women who lost their children through gun violence, or men, but normally right now it's women right now, but it's families too. So we had a retreat. We're able to get pampered. We're able to talk. We shared. We cried. We laughed." We did therapeutic arts and crafts, and we talked. I did a nutrition session on everything there for all the things that I do and help to heal. And we did that as a part of us getting together to build a foundation, create a space for women that lost their children. So we're going to get the mayor involved, the governor, want to get everything in order. Leon Ford he's our advocate. We want to make sure we get this stuff done for our city because we need it bad. We need it bad.
Absolutely.
Because we need to heal the young people who've lost their siblings. Their mothers are grieving, but the kids are just kind of like, what do I do now? So we need that. Have them to come and be able to have therapy there. Art, dance, music, writing, health classes, nutrition coaching, all that. So I'm excited about that. I'm thankful Leon called me and asked me if I want to be a part of it. Yeah. My two books, so my first book is Infected by Life. This was a memoir that I wrote when I was sad, and it talked about when you're stripped naked, stripped bare. And that's why I'm wearing kind of naked, but not naked, but naked. Yeah. And all my photos inside or chapters are, every chapter is marked with a photo of how I was feeling when, and at that time of the chapter. So right here, I was just getting up from feeling like
I think that's so powerful.
But I was sad in this book. I got photos of my son's funeral in here, like everything. It's like, and me and my baby. So these are
very transparent.
Yeah, very transparent book.
Very transparent.
I talked about my suicide for 2 years. I went to commit suicide for 2 years, and God kept saying, "I got something for you." And I kept saying, "No, I don't want to be here," and I didn't want to be there. But my son needed me more than I did my baby, who was 2 at the time. So I'm only alive because of him, God and him, because I was done. Life has bloomed since then.
It has.
And since then, I wrote my new book, Blooming with Life. So blooming with life means I'm alive now again. That was infected by life, because I was infected by life's tragedies. And this is my book of aspirations, little quotes that I do in my car. I do a car chronicle every day. I used to. I stopped for a while, but anyway, I do a car chronicle in the morning about life, about a little different little fun fact or inspirational fact. I'm not preaching. I'm just on there, just talking about life and what goes on.
Good morning. Let's start the morning.
Yeah, good morning. What's up? Let's go. So this is my other book. This is my affirmations book, and it just has little quotes, very simple, very fun,
very positive and upbeat.
Very positive and upbeat, right? And this is just shots of me the same way how I was feeling. Those shots are in each chapter or each page. It's only 60 pages in here, so it's like a 60-day. Read it again, write it in it.
And where can they find your book?
On Amazon, and I have them in person, so I can always have books on me. But Amazon has books by Robyn Greer. Look it up, and you'll see them.
Robbie Rob, that's what I call her, because that's my homie, that's my friend. I really do appreciate you taking the time. I know you're busy, and just all the great things that you're doing. You always inspire me. I don't even know how you do it all. I don't know where you find the time, but I definitely appreciate it, and it's always a pleasure. It's always an honor, and I just thank you for coming.
I had a good time. I had a ball.
All right, y'all. We'll catch you next week. Thanks again for joining us. Have a good one. Happy Memorial Day.